Hello everyone, it's Melanie. I've noticed I do that on every single video. I start my video and then I start to say, this or that, because I'm gonna bring you up to date, and then I pause every time I do it. So I say, anyway. I was making a video for you guys on this. I put this cover together on Sunday, and I have made a couple of other covers like this. I don't think I've ever shown one. This is one I made well, not too recently, but I made this one and I haven't worked in it yet. It's book covers and then a painted canvas spine, and this one in particular, I originally only put, I think, 3 signatures in it because I wanted to do a lot of gluing on the pages and really bulk them up. But once I started using it, I decided to go back to my comp book journal. So I had to tear the signature out that I had worked in. Which I don't usually do. But then I went back and added 5 more signatures. So now it has 7. It has a whole lot more. And I really love this book. But I thought I would make another one. So I did a video I was working on a video on Saturday of putting this together. And then on Sunday morning, I overslept and we didn't get up for church. But I got up and I was working on this cover and putting some signatures together. And that's when I got the text from my mom that said that there had been a shooting at church. And I literally completely broke down. On camera while I was recording. And I have not, today is Tuesday morning, so I haven't been back to my desk since then. So I decided when I got up this morning, I was going to come back to my desk and see if I could finish this up. So I might go ahead and edit the other photos and try to put them together for so you can see how I made this cover if you're interested. But I haven't done it yet, and at this point it's still a little raw, and I don't really want to watch or edit that video right now. So anyway, this is what you're going to get today. I hope everyone is well. Today is the last day of the year. My intention with this video is that I am just going to make it and upload it. I am not going to, I'm not going to do any editing. I just want to make it and upload it and be done. And get something out there for you guys, because I haven't been making videos lately. I don't know what's up. I just haven't been inspired lately. But the other day, this past Saturday, I saw a journal. I saw actually one of Gina at the Rebookery. I saw one of her pictures on Instagram, and it inspired me. And I thought, I want to do because I've just been working in my composition book journals, and I thought, okay, I'm ready to work in like one of my junky journals. And then I was going to start working in that pink one, but then I decided to make another one. So that's how this one came to be. And I'll be glad to edit that video of making this one and put it together. I just don't want to do it right now. So, I just randomly, which I do quite a bit, I just randomly poked my my 5 holes for my pamphlet stitch here, and I randomly punched them in my signature, in each signature individually, and then I will I just use that signature to mark where to put the holes in the spine. So, and because this has a lot of stuff sewn onto the outside of it, I'm going to have to make it, make the holes, just make sure I can see the holes, make sure the holes are a little bigger. And this is what I use to stitch the spine onto the cover. But I think I'm going to use this to stitch in the signatures. I think I like this better. So I don't know if I've mentioned before, I know I've mentioned that I live in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. I live in Fort Worth. I was born in Fort Worth. My parents were born in Fort Worth. We have really, really deep roots here. It's the only place I've lived. And in 1984, a freeway expansion. My parents had known each other since they were little, but they grew up. My parents grew up together in White Settlement, Texas, and we went to the church that we went to when I was little. Oh my goodness, I'm making a mess here. The church I went to when I was little we had a freeway expansion in 1984, and they had to take our church, the physical building, I'm putting that in the wrong place, in 1984, and so a few local churches, smaller local churches, went together and bought some land in West Fort Worth, or White Settlement, and built a new building, and that church was called West Freeway Church of Christ. And I was there from the very beginning. That's where I grew up. In the past 10 years or so, my husband and I have been going to a congregation that's closer to us, to where we live right now. But we would go to West Freeway every once in a while, and those are people that I have known literally my entire life, because that's the congregation I grew up in. Those are my people. So my mom was there Sunday when that guy came in dressed in a wig and a fake beard, acting suspicious, and then started shooting people with a shotgun. So my mom was there, my uncle, my aunt, cousins and their kids, lots of members of extended family, and I had pierced through that. That's why I don't like. Okay. See, I may not be able to use this video either, because look, I just messed up. I think I'm just kind of frazzled, because I want to tell you about this, but in a way, but I also don't want to talk about it. So I'm just going to say that my mom, my mother, and multiple members of my immediate and extended family were in the auditorium when that gunman opened fire this past Sunday. And Jack Wilson, the man who took the shooter down, who stopped him, has been a lifelong, friend of my parents. My mom and his wife went to high school together, and when I was little, we used to go out to, I remember going out to their house because they had a cool house. It was bright yellow and it was kind of out in the country. And we used to go out to their house. They had 3 daughters. They have 3 daughters, Jack and his wife. And one of them, the middle daughter, is my age. And they had this upstairs. They had built the house out there. And it was 2-story. And the second floor is kind of what I would say today, something like we would call a bonus room. The upstairs of the house was just one giant open room, and it was the girls' room because they had 3 daughters. And when you went up the stairs, I'm not kidding you, it was like a wonderland up there because it was doll houses and toys and dolls and games, and I mean, it was like all these amazing things that girls love, but it was this huge room that they all 3 shared, and their beds were like in different corners of the rooms and of the room. And anyway, I have really fond memories of hanging out at the Wilsons, playing with their daughters. Anyway, I haven't talked to them in a long time, but my mom still goes to church with them and stuff. So anyway, I don't really want to talk about it, but I will say I'm glad my mom's here, and my uncle and my aunt, and I'm glad everybody's okay. And I feel really bad for the Wallace and the White families and the Castricki families who unfortunately lost members of their family when they went to church on Sunday. So if you say a prayer, if you pray, say a little prayer for all those affected. I think right now, honestly, right now, it still kind of doesn't seem real. It doesn't seem like that could have actually happened, or that it actually happened to members of my family. Just doesn't quite seem real right now. Okay, I don't want to talk about it anymore, but I did want to put it out there, let you guys know, and I'll make a video of this making this journal. So I was really inspired. If you follow Gina from the Rebookery on her Instagram, she posts a lot, or has been this past month, posting a lot of pictures of a journal that she's been working in, where it's really kind of art, mostly art journal. It's what I would describe as like art journal style. Heavy on the paint and collage, and not a lot of journaling, that kind of thing. And I've done plenty of journals like that in the past, but I've kind of been on this roll lately where I've just wanted to work on my composition book journals, which are more kind of geared towards writing. And so I thought I wanted to make a journal, or I wanted to work in a journal that could just be kind of paint on every page if I wanted it to be, and not necessarily not necessarily a journal that documents my days, but more of just a play journal. So that's what this was going to be. This was just going to be my, I'm going to fill it up and paint the pages and glue stuff onto it. And so I made these signatures. There's 3 signatures, and I did not even count how many pages I put in them. But it's just literally a variety of different kind of pages and stuff that I that I put together. And once I put this together, no, maybe okay, so this book that I had is an old textbook, and someone had gotten after it with a Sharpie marker, and it literally had Sharpie, like they traced over all the letters and the animals and stuff, kind of, I mean, not all over it, but it had Sharpie or permanent marker all over the front, and it's like some kid took the marker and flipped every page in the book. Why is that sticking up? They flipped to every page in the whole book and and wrote on it with marker. That's what the book looked like, the inside of it. But I love this cover. It says Under the Midnight Stars, which I kind of wish now that I had done something to it where I could have kept the entire title of the book, because now you can't read it, but it's okay. I know what it says under there. So let's see. Art journaling. Art journaling is not necessarily something that comes easy to me, simply because I have trouble with thinking about the fact that it doesn't have a, I don't know, it doesn't have a point. It's not art in the sense that I studied, the way that I studied art in school. So I kind of struggle with with art journaling, but I'd like to try some more. Oops, sorry about that. That's my dog. I want to do some more. And another thing about the journals that Gina had been working in, they're also quite small, I think. Which that's another thing. You know, I have these journals that I made, that I've done. These are huge, and I really love them. They're gigantic. Let me see. This one, the pages are 8.5 by 11. I mean, and there's a lot of pages in here. It's really full. So I enjoy working in it, but because the pages are so large, it's almost just, it's a lot of work. And then I have some art journaling kind of pieces that I've done that are a lot smaller. Like, let me see, like this one, for instance. I don't know if I've shown this one. So this is a much smaller book, and I can't remember what I made this out of. I think I made this out of pieces of board. I can't remember. But this one is more just an actual art journal. Just collages and painting and doodling. Let me do a little closer. So these pages, some of them have this, I guess this is pretty classic art journal kind of thing. So this is one I worked on this year. And I like the size of it, the format. It's a lot smaller. These pages are like 6.5, 6.25 by 4.5. Like, and these were fun to do because they're just, you know, I'd take, like, this is a piece of a watercolor painting that I did, and then I didn't like it, so I tore it into pieces and used the pieces for other stuff. And this page probably started with this stamp, which is a stamp I carved, and then I must have stamped it and I didn't get a good impression, but I kept it and put it on there. And some of these are color driven. There's some of those Tim Holtz people. A lot of these, I guess, have a kind of a color thing going. There's some more of that watercolor that I cut up. That's watercolor in the background with marker, and then there's a floral cut out from something. I guess something I printed. Some watercolor and some dots. Some bright paint. And I think this one actually, I thought I had something in there. I don't know where it is. This one's almost full. It's not completely full, but it's almost full. But I was thinking about this one being the same as this. Just kind of sit down and work on little arty collages. Yeah, I've just got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, just got like 5 pages left in this one. I wonder if I could do those 5 pages today, because then I would have finished this entire journal in 2019. Anyway, that's what I want to kind of use this one for. So I was going to say earlier I could put new end papers in. I could definitely put one in the back, but I kind of don't want to cover this up. I kind of like the, you know, somebody went through this book with the original book, you know, went through it with a marker and colored on everything. I also didn't do any pockets. I didn't put any pockets in here. I didn't put any, I put 2 pages of this legal size paper that was long, and I folded the end under. I put 2 of those in here. And I did put a couple of, or 1 or 2, I'm not sure, security envelopes, but they're opened up. They're not, because my intention with this is that I don't want it to have anything that restricts me when I get to a certain page. Yeah, there's an envelope. So I just left the pages, for the most part, blank. And then I can work on them when I get to them. And for some reason, I really like to work chronologically. Here's the spine of this one. I don't know why I like so much to work chronologically, you know, front to back in my journals. But anyway, so my next step on this one, I think, is I'm just going to start throwing some paint down on it. That kind of thing. Oh, you know what? I have this piece of paper that my daughter used, and it has, see, it has glue all over the back. I might use that to put in here. It's like a new end paper in the back. Let me do that real quick. I'm going to cut this, because I didn't want to throw this piece of paper away, but it does have glue on the back already, so that'll work good there. That's not glue. This is glue. So if you stuck with me, thank you today for sticking with me. I did want to put something out there because I haven't been posting any videos lately. Truth is, my hard drive on my MacBook, which is what I do my editing on, my hard drive on my computer was full. And it was really frustrating because when your hard drive is full of things like videos and pictures, it's hard to decide. I don't know, and it's kind of scary even when you've transferred those things somewhere else, you know, to be secure about, to feel secure about deleting old, you know, deleting photos and stuff. So I hadn't done that. I kind of do want something on this. But I recently, earlier this week, after Christmas actually, I went through and we got, I think I'm going to do like a border. I think that's what I'll do. We got some, I got a new hard drive. I'm sorry, I'm having so much trouble talking today. I got a new hard drive and offloaded a bunch of stuff off of my computer. So now hopefully I'll be able to work with my videos again on my computer. I was having trouble with that and it was frustrating me, so I hadn't been making any videos. But I think I've got it, I've got it fixed for now, so I should be good. It's too short. Oh, well, I'll just make the bottom one overlap then. Let's see what I can put on the bottom. Do I want to put Sorry guys, this is probably really boring. Kind of like that there. Let's do that. And I'll just trim that right there. And then I think, what if I, not necessarily miter, but kind of miter this corner. See, from there, get longer scissors. Like that. And kind of like that. I hope everyone had a wonderful Christmas. Sorry about my dog. I have to say, we had a really nice Christmas. We had a lovely time. It just in the past 48 hours, it just got a little overshadowed with something else. So I haven't been really thinking about Christmas. Past couple of days now. I guess 2019, that's not straight, is it? No, it's not. Is this edge straight? That edge is straight, so I'm going to do it this way. I don't know. I guess I'll be ready to let 2019 go. Bye-bye. hear my daughter moving in the other room. There she is. She just came in. I guess she can tell I'm recording because I'm narrating
The door was closed.
narrating her entrance into the room. I was just about to finish. I'm working on
What
that.
is that?
What's wrong with it?
Pooping?
I don't think that's what it says.
What does it say?
I don't know.
Who?
I don't know. Some little kid wrote it. And I kind of liked all that writing there, so I decided instead of covering it up completely like that, I was just going to put a border on it. Because I kind of like that part. So, okay. My daughter whispered in my ear, "Promote me." My daughter has a YouTube channel. Actually, she has a YouTube channel that she's had since she was about 10 years old, 9 or 10. She used to make little clay polymer clay things, charms and stuff. Back in like 2000, I don't know, I think it was like 2009, 2010. Maybe it was more like 12. I'm not sure. I know that when I let her on YouTube, she was technically too young. You were supposed to be 13 years old to have a YouTube account, and she was not 13. But she used to make a lot of videos, and she's since kind of changed up her channel. It doesn't have a lot of those videos on it anymore. But she's going to do some bullet journaling in 2020. So when she gets... actually, I will. I'm going to put a link to my daughter's video down in the description box below. She did a little journaling video, and she has a beautiful style. And she writes so tiny. It's absolutely amazing to me. It's fascinating. So I'll put a link to my daughter's channel down in the description box below. But I hope that you all have a wonderful New Year's Eve. I hope that it's safe. Just be careful out there. So, and hug your loved ones. That's all I got for now. Bye, guys.